In this video, I'm going to show you the second brain system that I have built and what it does, how it works, and how I've built it, and a few other systems that exist in the world right now and what could be useful for you. The first things is that second brain, it's, I don't know who called it, and this is all hype, it's memory. That's really what it is. It's not the brain, and certainly it's not the second brain, and it's memory. It's memory done right to a specific way of how you work and your requirements. And there are really two major ways of how you can do that. People build sales memory. Certain people have made memory of what they read or things that they consume, and they have different degree of usefulness and how they're configured. I have built a system that takes what AI knows about me, and then it uses it every single time the system loads or the new session loads. I've taken 18,000 prompts that I have created over the last 6 months, recategorized them, and then created it into personal and work brain. And then it loads every time Claude session is active. So let me show you how it works. So here I have demo files to demonstrate. Essentially, the brain works because it is referenced in a global Claude MD file that loads every time with your Claude session. And in here, we have two different brains. We have a personal brain, and then we have a work brain. And they're referenced in here if something deeper needs to be looked at. For example, who I am, how I write, how I work, how I collaborate with AI, and certain specific things. So if we, for example, go to work brain, we will see there's an index file, and that gets loaded all the time. And in an index file, it would include key details that need to be loaded so AI knows which section to look for. And that could be, for example, my profile. That could be things like my projects and many, many different things. And these are the things that are compressed about me in very specific preferences. Those are based off the prompts that I have created. So AI knows a tremendous amount of information about me. Let me show you an example of what it looks like. Well, we'll go into a Claude session. We'll open a session, and we're going to write a LinkedIn post. And for this specific demo, I've just turned off my global Claude MD, so it would not look at my roles. And then we're getting an output. This is a default copy that every single person would get if they're using Opus 4.8 on the Effort High. Now, I'm going to load the demo version of my brain, and that includes my basic guide, very simple writing guide. And we're going to regenerate the post again. And it's a bit different. It's a little longer. It's a little bit more aligned to what I like before I edit it myself. And here's a big part of this system. I'm going to say, well, I want to save this. I want to save this phrase. And my second brain will save it into an inbox. And the inbox would look like this. You have the inbox, you open it, and there are certain things. It will copy my words directly into it. And then every week, we're going to review it, and we're going to make decisions. And there's certain files in here that those decisions will be added to. So this is a feedback loop that makes sure sometimes it captures it automatically, but oftentimes if I want something to be tweaked or changed, I'm going to say it, and the exact reaction will be saved, and then we're going to process it to make sure that AI remembers very clearly, very specifically, exactly what went wrong or where did we waste our time. And it understands and remembers the way that you personally like to collaborate, to work, to debrief, anything specific that matters to you, specific that you wasted your time or maybe didn't communicate with you in a certain way. Those things will be recorded and they will be added. So this memory that I have built is all about you. It's about your collaboration with AI that understands you as well as possible and continues to learn. And that makes a massive difference in your experience, in the way that it understands you, in the answers it gives you. It goes far deeper than modifying your global Claude MD file. So how did I build it in the first place? like I mentioned, I had 18,000 prompts, and I know it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. I usually speak into my AI, so these are just the voice notes that Claude would save. So what I've done is I've analyzed all of these notes, and this is the real intelligence. This is a super important part because this is you. This is how you have reacted. This is what you have thought. This is how your mind works. So what we've done is we went through all of them, we categorized them, and then we made a lot of different decisions or rules or preferences. And then I have reviewed a lot of these files, like yes, no, correct, correct, incorrect, etc. And then based on that, we have divided them into personal brain or personal memory and then work memory. And then those are then getting enforced or getting applied every single time you're working in any session across any session. It doesn't mean that your individual projects, Claude MD files, would be affected. You would still use them and they would still work perfectly with the system that I have built here. And how does that compare to a lot of other second brain systems that exist on the market? Well, there's one that I would say is very useful, and it really depends on your role and exactly how much information you are inputting into your AI and how much you work with. If you are a CEO, if you're a CMO, if you're a VP of marketing, you have a lot of different things that are attacking you every single day, then this brain is a personal one. It's the way you interact with AI. There's a second one that is the work one. And the work brain or the work memory, it's separate. It's remembering certain things about your work or everything. There are many ways how you could build that, but that system is also very effective. For example, if you're working with lots of Slack messages, emails, and you have a lot of meetings, you have a lot of this information that requires you to make decisions. There's also a way to build those loops that ingest all that information, update it, make sure it's correct, and then there's going to be 10-minute, 15-minute session per week where you're going to review it and say, this is correct, this isn't correct, this is correct, and then it's going to be filed and stored in your vault, in your project vault. I have seen one system like that posted on LinkedIn. It's really good. I think the person who posted it is selling it, and it's good. It could be built, and this is really effective. I do think this personal system is everybody benefits from it because depending, of course, how much time you spend with your AI. And I have seen, I have to say, a lot of outputs that people have with their AI. They're not very tailored. Like sometimes you see there's way too much text that people respond with if they're emailing you. And this is usually because their assistant or the agent or whatever, however they have set it up, it's not very fine-tuned. It's not very well-defined. And it could save a significant amount of time. I know it saved me a lot of time because sometimes you spend 3 hours on a certain problem, and it's not because AI doesn't understand you, it's because it just didn't tailor it to your preferences or to your understanding. And this system is super effective. Now, this is a short demo. I'm happy to make a longer one and more tailored one. If you have more questions, feel free to drop me a message.